So I was at an event in 2003 and I heard them talking and thought that'd be really cool. That'd be cool. So I just got cheeky, and I just walked into up into the comms area, which was up in the upper grandstand of Pookie, and it was like members only. I just sauntered in like I owned the place, and I'm just walking around, and I saw Murray Deaker. Now I don't know if you know Murray Deaker.
Yep.
Yeah, old Deaker on Sport.
Where is he now?
Oh, retired on Waiheke, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Or is he Waiheke or up Omaha or Snell's Beach? Anyway, it's somewhere nice. So I saw him sitting at a table having his lunch by himself. I wandered up. Hello, Mr. Deaker. Hello, son.
That's exactly what.
Yeah, so I said, oh, my name's Craig Lorden. I'd really like to know how to get into broadcasting. Take a seat, son. So had a chat to Deeks. And he told me what to do, and he said, you just got to you got to persevere and you got to annoy them. So I did. I found out who was in charge of the people on commentary, and he worked at the radio station, and he was fairly high up in management, and I just kept emailing him in over and over and over and over again. Yeah. And in the end, he gave me a gig at the track the next year, and his words were, and we still laugh about it today because we're like best mates now. It's great, yeah. 20 years later, and his email to me was, "If you're crap, you're gone." He gave me the Friday. So if you're crap, you're gone, and I did it. And by Friday afternoon, he says, "All right, you better come back for the whole weekend." And then I just kept prodding him to get on radio, and he goes, "Well, we don't have to train you to talk. You talk properly, so." Come on in, and they brought me in as an adult, as an intern at night, and I was fine with that because, I was 32 or something, whatever I was. I said, yeah, I want to do this. So I was going at nights to learn how to produce radio as an intern, unpaid, and I did that for months, and in the end, they gave me some stints filling in. Right. And then that went on for a couple of years, and ZB, because they're part of Radio Sport, because I started at Radio Sport, and I ended up being what they call the producer host on the weekends. So you have to self-produce. So you've got to run your own show while you're doing talkback and while you're bringing games to air. And, in those days it was cricket and rugby, and you'd be flicking between the games, the commentary and making sure the ads play, all that. You got to do it all yourself on the weekends. And so then they trained me up, and ZB said, oh, we want this guy instead. So they started bringing me in as a fill-in host over there. So really, it wasn't that I was trained to do it. I didn't go to broadcasting school or anything like that. I just I seemed to have this knack, ability to just rabbit away for hours and be able to talk. And they gave me some fine-tuning. Some of the old school pros there, just in some of my introductions and how I would do that. They just do try it this way, and I'd make little tweaks. And I've just it's just how I talk. So that's the long story of my broadcasting. But I stopped doing radio probably 10 years ago. Well, what are we now? 22. So no, not even that long ago. Because I started doing stuff with Sky, and I was there live news. They used to have a show called 365 Live, and it was on at nights. It was basically before Crowd Goes Wild started up. And then over the years, the two shows started clashing because Sky owned Prime and Crowd Goes Wild was on Prime. And so then they started bringing Crowd Goes Wild into Sky, and then the bosses sort of said, well, we've sort of got two shows almost doing the same thing. One's more newsy, one's more entertainment, but we don't need two. So slowly over time, they got rid of 365, and it used to rotate between myself and Clint Brown as the presenters. Right. And so we'd mix it up between being a journo for the night or reporter or the presenter, and eventually they just canned the show. So a lot of things I used to do at Sky, that's broadcasting though, mate. Once they change the show, you're gone. It's a brutal occupation, and people come and go all the time, So, but anyway, that's my broadcasting, what I've been doing. But I've been writing and talking and telling stories for 20 years now.